Hello everybody, welcome to EduTap and also welcome to the government scheme session. And the timing has been changed. So initially this series it used to run at 1 p.m. as you might know, but now the timing has changed to 10 a.m. So I hope you all now will follow the new timing. All right, so the scheme that we are covering today, it is Pradhan Mantri Annadata Aay Sanrakshan Abhiyan. In short, it is PM AASHA. All right, so it has been asked by many of you in the last session for me to make a session on. All right, and that is why we are doing it today. But before starting, here's an announcement for all the aspirants who are preparing for central regulatory bodies. We have come up with one-stop solution guide to all the queries that you must be having regarding the organization you want to join. For example, if you want to know more about RBI, NABARD, SEBI, what are their functions in India's economy and how do they contribute, what will be your role once you join the organization, what is the hierarchical structure, everything has been comprehensively covered. Once that done, you must want to know about how to join the organization, right? So for that regard, everything about the recruitment process, how many phases are there, what is the pattern of each phase, what are the previous year cutoff trends and whatnot, syllabus, etc. Whatever doubts that you are having in your mind, everything has already been covered in these e-guidebooks. So do not miss the opportunity. You can download them free of cost from the link that is present in the description box below. So now let's start off with the session. All right, so this is the latest news which I could find. So I know this is 3 months back. However, this is a very important scheme which is related to Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. So we are going to understand more about it. All right, so what is this PM AASHA? First of all, we'll look at its full form and we'll try to understand like what was the need for it, right? So PM is of course Prime Minister. AASHA, it stands for Annadata. Annadata means someone who gives us Ann means the grains, food. So who gives us food? The farmer. They provide us with the food, right? So here this particular scheme first of all is for Annadata, who give us Ann, who give us grains, food. So for the farmer. Then I means what? I means salary. Okay, means money, salary. Okay, I means salary. So salary of whom? Salary of farmer we are talking about. Sanrakshan means to conserve, to preserve, you can say, to protect, preserve, whatever word you want to use, protect, preserve, conserve, whatever you want to use, that can be used here. Sanrakshan, to protect it. To protect what? The salary of whom? Farmers. Abhiyan, it's a movement. You can say Abhiyan is what? It's a movement. So this is a particular movement, a scheme that has been launched to protect the salary of a farmer. So how that can be done? Dekho, government has come up with the MSP. How this concept of minimum support price it came. So some of you might know, or I'm expecting many of you now must be knowing what is MSP after the protest that was done by farmers few years back, right? So in MSP, what was the scenario? How this was introduced during the Green Revolution? Initially, India, of course, it always had the capacity. It has the capacity to grow grains to have good yield in the field, but the farmers were not much aware of that, and we were having food scarcity and were dependent on the foreign, especially USA, for the food grains. Okay, so at that time period, government they came up with the green revolution and they focused much on the wheat and rice. Okay, and at that time period, farmers were a little bit hesitant to grow these crops. However, they are prominent now, but during that time period they were hesitant. What if nobody buys that, right? Because farmer would have to bear the loss. So during that, this MSP concept it came, where the government they gave this assurity to the farmers that if nobody buys your grain in the market, do not worry, we will buy it. One was this thing. Another, minimum support price, that this is the minimum price that these grains deserve, so that farmer does not sell that at a loss, right? So that is why minimum support price was designated by the government. So it is for 22 crops. MSP is for 22 crops, plus for sugarcane we have fair and remunerative price. In short form, it is known as FRP. Okay, so overall for 23 crops, government they provide this facility, you can say, but 22 it's minimum support price, and for one crop it is, which is sugarcane, specifically sugarcane we are talking about, it is your FRP that is being given. Okay, what happened now, how this MSP is calculated, on what basis? We already have many videos on EduTap. You can just type how to calculate MSP EduTap, you will find the videos. Okay, but the thing that I want to convey over here next is dekho, so we have come up with MSP way back in 1960s. Okay, because this green revolution in India, it came in 1960s. But what happened, it was on ground, at ground level, it was observed that not all were getting the MSP, right? Of course, for some crops, for wheat, rice, of course, because now those are prominent, those were getting. But other crops that are included under the MSP, such crops, they were not, all farmers were not getting benefited, right? So that is why this scheme was, you can say, introduced to guarantee, you can say, to guarantee the MSP that was provided, or guarantee the uh, remunerative price that was decided by the government, that this the farmers deserve. And why all this? To double the farmers income, right? So the aim was till 2022, but we still do not have any reports that that gives us a data that how much the target has been achieved. However, to double farmers income, the scheme was introduced so that the guarantee which we have which was there for MSP, that is actually implemented at the ground root level. Okay, this is all about the essence of the scheme. Now everything it is easier to understand. The launcher of the scheme is 2018 and it falls under the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Okay, now under this there are three components. So we are supporting farmers, we are providing remunerative prices to the farmer, we are protecting the money that they deserve for the production of the crops they do, right? Now in that there can be three cases. Either nobody is buying the stuff, right? So that is one case. Another case can be that the farmer went to the market to sell it, but he is getting money lesser than MSP, right? So MSP is minimum support price, which is like the minimum the farmer deserve. But what if he went to the market and the market people are not giving that much money? It can be the another case. In that case also, the farmer is not getting the remunerative price, right? So the government is talking about protecting this, right? So in that case also they need the protection. This is the second case. And third case can be even the government, they do not have much money, means they do not have much space or money to buy the product from the farmers, right? In that case, what can the farmer do? So there we have to introduce the private players. Okay, what if there is no demand in the market currently? Because sometime it can happen, no, because in a season there is surplus amount of a particular crop, so in that particular season there is not that demand, so maybe in the market also they would either nobody would buy, or even if somebody would buy, they would give very least amount to it, right? Or the another case can be even the government does not have money to procure it. So in such case, what can be done? So there we have to introduce the private players. So on these basis only we have three components. The first is price support scheme. So there we will understand the important components under this in individual slides, but to just give you an idea. So again, price support scheme, here the government is supporting the farmer by providing them the price by procuring it. So here this directly talks about procuring the food, the procuring the commodities at the desired MSP, designated MSP, I'm sorry. Okay, second is price deficiency payment. So here you can see it says deficiency, means there is some difference in the payment, okay, the money that the farmer deserve at the money that the farmer has gotten, right? On what basis? Again we'll look at the individual slide, but here in price deficiency payment kya hoga, this difference will be provided to the farmer. And the third is private procurement and stocklist scheme. So here we can understand we are introducing the private player. Okay, now let's understand them one by one, starting off with price support scheme. So this, first of all, when we are talking about ensuring the MSP is being provided, ensuring the remunerative price is provided, we are specifically focusing under this component on the pulses, oilseeds and copra. Okay, what does it mean? Dekho, we know for wheat, rice, they already get the MSP, right? It's prominent, right? But it was observed that for the pulses, oil seeds and copra, the farmers were not getting the money that they deserved, right? So that is why MSP we already have, that's a separate thing, but this scheme, it just ensuring the MSP is being given to the farmers. I hope you understand the difference. Okay, the aim is to just to ensure whatever the MSP has been designated to the farmers for a certain crop. Specifically we are talking about pulses, oilseed, copra under the price support component of PM AASHA scheme. In that it would be ensured that the physical procurement of these three crops are done and money is being provided. What is copra? Copra is your dried nariyal, nariyal or coconut that you eat, and especially in prasad, no, not in prasad, but yes, that dried nariyal, yes, in prasad also it is used, right? That is that dried coconut, it is known as a copra. Oil seeds are such your crops which provides you with oil. For example, groundnut, okay, it provides you with groundnut oil. Safflower, mustard seed provide you with mustard oil, okay. So oil seeds are such crops. Pulses are your legumes, दाल जो होती है, ठीक है. तो physical procurement उसका होगा. And who will do this physical procurement? जो आपके नाफेद है, National Agriculture Cooperative Marketing Federation of India जो है, right, along with जो आपका Food Corporation of India, they will do this physical procurement. Means government will actually buy the stuff, procure the stuff, and for that they will provide the money, and whatever be the expenditure and losses, whatever will be happen in this procurement, that will be borne by the central government as per norm. It is somewhere around 20, maximum around 75% that will be borne by the central government, ऐसा बोला गया, ठीक है. Next is, now one was this, so government they went for pulses, oilseed and copra. Please keep that in mind. It's for 3 crops, okay, pulses, oilseeds and copra. And also in oilseeds, only those crops which are under the notified MSP, ठीक है. Because in oilseeds also there are various categories, but not all the crops which produce oil are under the MSP, ठीक है. So only the ones which are MSP. Similarly for pulses and copra तो is individual crop only, ठीक है. Now next is price deficiency payment scheme. So here what is the case? देखो, in first case what was there, that the farmer was there, right, and farmer directly went to the government of India and they procured, right. So it was one way, it's one-to-one connection, right. Now what is the second case? In this what happened, farmer went to the mandi, okay, to sell its produce, okay. But Mandi said, the people in Mandi or the procurer, he said that this is the current rate which is going on, the current value of your crop that is going on in the market, okay. For example, he said that current value of the oil seed that you have given me, it's rupees 50 only, okay. So I will give you 50. If you want to take it, or you can just leave, okay. But now farmer will say the government of India that you have promised the MSP, the minimum support price for this particular crop, to be 100. Now the Mandi is giving me only 50. Now what to do? Okay. So government said to Mandi, okay, you provide 50 rupees because that is the actual market value that is there. So even the government is understanding why Mandi is asking for such price, right. So government of India is saying, okay, you pay this 50 rupees, rest of the amount that is left, the deficiency, the price deficiency, the rest of the amount that is left, which is in this case rupees 50, I will give to the farmer, okay. So in this case what will happen, Mandi will get the money, Mandi will get the procurement, will sell it for the farmer, will get the money because he have sold something, and government of India would not have to pay all the amount. Imagine if the farmer did not went to the mandi, government of India would have to pay whole 100 rupees. So of course that would have been heavy on the government as well, right. But in this case what would happen, government of India would just have to pay 50 rupees, okay, and the market chain will continue. So that is what price deficiency payment scheme it means. It means what? First of all, you have to keep in mind which crop come under this. Only oil seed crops, and that too for which MSP is notified. So here we are not talking about pulses, we are not talking about copra. This scheme, price deficiency payment scheme, this is just for all the oil seeds that are for which MSP is notified, okay. So not also, it's just the ones of which MSP is notified, ठीक है. तो ये चीज़ ध्यान रखनी है. इसके अलावा what are the things? Direct payment will be done. Direct payment will be done to the account of the farmers, ठीक है. And you have to keep in mind that for all the schemes the farmer have to pre-register themselves, right, so that if they are doing any transaction, government is aware of that, and only the transparent ones, ठीक है. So direct payment होगी of course, but to the ones who are pre-registered farmer selling his produce in only in the notified market. They can't just sell anywhere. They can't just sell anywhere in the market and then they come to the government. What if that anywhere market that we are talking about, they actually used the farmer, right? So only in the notified market, where even the government is assured that if the value is less, that is for a reason, okay. So only in the notified market with a transparent auction process, if this is done and the farmers pre-register, they can get this difference in payment through direct beneficiary transfer, ठीक है. तो registered bank account जो होगा सीधा वहाँ पे चले जाएगा. So we can understand, unlike in first case, ठीक है, जहाँ पे प्राइस सपोर्ट में वी अंडरस्टूड दैट देयर वाज फिजिकल प्रोक्योरमेंट ऑफ द क्रॉप्स वाज डन एंड देन मनी वाज गिवन. Here it is not the case. Here what is the case? The selling is done in the market only. How so? What does it mean? It means that there is no physical, does not involve any physical procurement of crops. It just give whatever be the difference is money which the farmers has gotten from the notified market. Please keep in mind notified market and what was the actual MSP was there, right? So that difference is given to the farmer. Third is private procurement and stock list scheme. Now that we already understood, right? It can be the case that the market demand is not there currently and the government of India, they don't have enough space to procure. In that case, what can be done? Private players can be involved, right? So this is this is the latest component of this particular scheme. Initially it was on pilot basis, it was on certain districts, okay. So here what is the aim? That private agencies that are involved. Why is it so? Dekho, it is so because the private agencies, they are far more efficient, they are far more faster in the process, right? And they are more organized than the public sector, right? So in for that for with that intention, now private players are also included in this. So what will be done here? The government says that the farmer will go to any private agency, notified registered private agencies for this particular purpose, okay, to sell the procurement. In return, the private agency will give the MSP, means at least MSP will be given to the farmer, ठीक है, MSP में देगी farmer को. But here what is the profit of public this private agency? Like why would they set up a new infrastructure in a certain place, or maybe they would want to involve their administration part in this purpose, right? So for that reason, initially, or you can say currently, the government is providing some incentive to the private agency. So as an incentive, it's being said that maximum of 15% of whatever MSP of a total year, that will be given as a service charge to the agency. ठीक है, तो सिंपल सी चीज है. Here one or more crop again of oil seed. Please keep in mind in the first case where procurement was done, price support में there it was pulses, oil seed and copra. In second case where we talked about the price deficiency, in that it was only the oil seeds for which MSP is notified. And again for this third one, private procurement and stock list scheme, here also we are just talking about the oil seeds, but again of which MSP is notified. Okay, so for that procurement will be done, and as currently as an incentive, government is providing service charge up to how much? Up to means maximum to maximum 15% of whatever be the notified MSP on that particular crop is payable, which is being procured by the private agency, that will be given as incentive to the private agency. Okay, I hope there is no doubt regarding this particular scheme. It's a very simple scheme. So PM AASHA, you can say it's an umbrella scheme. Umbrella schemes are big schemes, and under that there are various sub schemes that run. For example, these components that we have studied, to three, you have to just keep in mind to provide remunerative prices to the farmers to ensure the MSP is given. There are three components. The first component, price support, it talks about physical procurement of pulses, copra as well as oil seeds, but keep in mind only such crops, because in pulses there are n number of crops, oil seeds there are n number of crops, but not for all MSP is given, right? So only for which MSP is given. Second is about your price deficiency, only for notified oil seeds, for which means MSP is being notified. And this third one, private procurement stock list scheme, is again only for the oil seeds for which MSP is notified. And there is service charge, means this is a data that you can keep in mind. Service charge up to 15% will be given to private agency, because private agency would also want to have benefit, right? Nobody is doing charity over here. So government is currently providing with that incentive. Maybe in future for private agency this becomes a lucrative business, so the government will remove the incentive, but currently they are providing. Okay, so this was the scheme, and there's a homework in front of you. There's question number 1 and it's question number 2. Try to attempt this and I'll give you the answer in the next session. And these are the toppers of the last session. Here Harsha said the right answer, then Rushi said the right answer. Kanchan, I hope you you would like this video. And we have Banking said the right answer, we have Dipanshu saying the right answer, we have Mako sent the right answer, Aditya saying the right answer, Diya saying the right answer, welcome, Raghuveer saying the right answer, and Ronak saying the right answer. Congratulations everybody who said the right answer. Very good, you're preparing really well. And thank you everybody for watching the session. If you have any doubt, any query, you can ask me. I'll definitely reply either in the comments or in the next video. If you want me to cover any scheme, do let me know. And we'll meet again with another video, another concept. Until then, all the very best for your examination, and thank you.